Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Trekking Across the Universe. Of course, as you know, we go over lots of stuff in the entertainment world today, and we're going to be going over Star Trek Lower Decks Episode 4. But we do have breaking news, at least in our universe. It has been roughly confirmed within the last 40 minutes, and it's everywhere. TMZ, Rolling Stone, New York Post, Fox 4, people everywhere. Apparently, it is confirmed. Matthew Perry, you know him from Fools Rush In, Friends, and many other programs, has passed away. He was age 54, and apparently it was a drowning at a friend's house in Los Angeles. We do not have any other details beyond that, but it is pretty much confirmed at this time. Matthew Perry, star of Friends, 54, has passed away. And it's very young. Uh, uh, wow. The man made me laugh many times. Uh, Maybe brought a tear to my eye every once in a while, and has left us young. He had a lot of troubles in later years, and it's just really sad. And my thoughts, and I don't want to speak for my co-host, but on behalf of everyone here at NDB Media, we share the loss with his family. A very talented individual, unfortunately has left us young. Yeah. I don't know if any of my co-hosts wish to comment right now at this point.
I just learned of it. I gotta digest it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it is a
now
bit of
with
a
you.
shock. Yeah, he's one of those people that is on TV all the time, whether it's in reruns or other shows, and yeah, they're just eternal. I think that's wow. And
Yeah.
just wrote a book.
Hmm. Yes. It. I was shocked when I first read it about 10 minutes ago, and my first thing was, I no. I think this is no. And I immediately went online to confirm it, and unfortunately, it's being confirmed by so many different places. And as you know, we here at NDB Media will not ever make an announcement unless we have a second confirmation. And this is way beyond a second confirmation. So for everyone joining us, hi Linda. Matthew Perry, star of Friends, the movie Fools Rush In, and many others, uh, has passed away uh, within the last few hours. So sorry. Uh, yeah, it's just unfortunate. And nothing personal, but I'm 54. He's 54. Like, wow. That's sorry. I knew he was near my age. I grew up with him. Did not see him very much in Friends, but I saw him. One of my favorite movies is Fools Russian with Selma Hayek. It's a fun movie, and yeah, it's just a shame. But again, our thoughts are with his family because we can only imagine what they're enduring right now. So sorry for being the bearers of bad news. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to it. Star Trek Lower Decks, Episode 9, The Inner Fight. It is in Season 4, written by, don't know if you caught it, Mike McMahon. He himself wrote it, and it was directed by Brandon Williams. It is very rare when the producer of the program actually gets a writing credit. So that immediately caught my attention. I was like, okay, let's see what's going to happen. And we'll see. The runtime was approximately 26 minutes, a little bit over. And I don't know. We'll get to it. So, Star Trek Lower Decks. Greg, I don't think I've gone to you first all that often. Go for it, young man. What are some of your thoughts as we get into the review of the episode? We're not going beat by beat. We're just going straight into the episode.
A couple of little surprises here.
All
First
right.
surprise is that it was a part one ish type thing going on,
Yes.
but they didn't say it was a part one. So I'm not gonna spoil it yet. But yeah, no, we had a surprise at the end. That was pretty cool. We got a lot of, not many, but we got some fun throwback references. A couple classic Trek references there. I think the best thing for me was the whole thing with Ensign Cito. being mentioned as the
Yeah.
looked up to.
Yes.
Um, she was, presumed killed by Cardassians at the end of Next Generation's episode entitled
Lower
Lower
Decks.
Decks.
Yes. It
So
was
that-
interesting, the connection with
yeah,
Mariner.
yep. So that was, someone else whose natural beauty was ruined by wrinkly nose Bajoran makeup.
Yeah. I don't know if all of you saw it, but when they're in the corridor of the Cerritos early on, I mentioned it to Michael. Did you see the man, or well, it looked like a man, dressed all black in the Section 31 garb? Did you guys see it? I
Oh
mean,
Oh,
my
it
I
just
saw
God,
looked.
something,
no!
but I didn't realize he was Section 31.
Well, I mean, it looked like he's all black, man. So it was in the
Pretty black.
episode. It looked like to me. So I don't know if that was deliberate or if was it Nick Locarno and people weren't paying attention. But we'll get to some of that in a little bit. Michael, I did speak to you briefly on the episode. I did comment that early on, it's like, what is up with this character Mariner? It looks like she took 10 steps back. I was
Or 20. Or 20.
or
Yeah.
20. Yes, but it looked like she took 10 steps back. Throughout the season, they have been commenting about this. So it's not something that just came out of the blue. Michael, your thoughts on the episode?
Going to the end, I got mad that I was so wrong about this whole arc this season. But did I expect what they did? No, not at all. I did get a kick out of they mentioned some other characters that we all know and love when they were saying who they had to go, who might be abducted or whatever, and they had to go get them and make sure they were safe. So that was kind of fun.
Right. Yes, they mentioned the four of them very early on. Crusher, Thomas Riker, Seven of Nine, and Nick Locarno. I believe Nick Locarno was the first one mentioned. And then Boimler went crazy. He goes, oh my God, we're going to go meet Dr. Crusher. And he's, no, someone else.
No.
Yeah, someone else. The Vancouver or something like that already has that one covered. I forget. But yes. This time I finally paid attention to the music theme, and I actually was very impressed. The composer modulated quite a few times and changed instrument sections at the same time. Yes, I just noticed that we hadn't commented about it early on. I did appreciate the names, and it was good. Aaron, your thoughts?
I feel like this is an exciting setup. I think it, like many two-parters, it's a lot of setup to obviously get the conclusion next episode. But yeah, it really piqued my interest when I saw those names. I was really hoping that 7 and 9 would make an appearance, but alas. I like the fact that this is sort of it referenced the fact that Dr. Crusher has left Starfleet, because that would be like 20 years time is when Picard season 3 is set. So that was a good reference. What else? The scene or the section of the story that has the Captain Freeman going to the bar, until it's like resolved at the end what happens in that, I was like, how can this person be so incompetent? And has she always been so incompetent the whole time? And then
she does her research, but this time it was like nothing was going.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And then at the end, when Billups reveals himself, and she's like, "I knew this all along," I was like, "That's the captain there."
I like that.
I thought it was great. And I think my favorite episode at the moment of the episode was when she picks up the what she thinks is a puppet, but is really a person, and she's like, she says something along the lines of, "You like puppet son of a bitch, little shit," or something, and that made me laugh out loud.
I did not get that. That was funny. I did jump, Aaron, when it was a puppet. I was like, my notes is puppet from the
Corbomite maneuver.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes. And that was good.
I mean, I recognized it immediately. I went, "Oh my!" And then it's like, oh.
They had that image in the closing credits of almost every classic episode.
My notes were Freeman can't get into the bar. Yes. It was funny, and I didn't realize she was being incompetent deliberately, and it was good. I love it when they're flailing and it turns out that they were actually one step ahead. Those
Yeah.
episodes are cool. And this was one of those. And Billups, right? He was the bounty hunter.
Mhm.
It was funny because I was a little annoyed by the bounty hunter being able to get in there on everything. But I did appreciate. I don't know if you guys caught it, but the vibe that I got on this episode was a Predators vibe, that they had all fallen onto the planet and they were all trying to survive, kind of like the movie Predators. It had that vibe for me. I thought it was kind of cool. I thought that was well done. Maybe it was not done that way, but I thought it was great. And of course, I thank you, Michael McMahon. He heard me. I'd been yapping about it. T. Lynn is in the very beginning of the episode. She's like, what, 20 seconds in? T. Lynn was
She had
there.
some good lines in this one too.
By the way, she did. Yes. I should have written some of the others down, but I did appreciate this one. And I apologize. I've missed some of the comments already. iBeamer says, can't join tonight, but wanted to say good evening. Thank you. Love the episode. Love the connection back he gave to DNG. Love Tom Paris's doppelganger getting to be back in the story. Yes, that was cool. Oh, all right. Solid A. All right. I appreciate that. And same, iBeamer. You know, this was a good episode. It was a good setup. I did like it. I don't know how much this Klingon ship is involved with Locarno, but obviously they are. They fired on a Federation ship, and that's an act of war, guys. Come on. So I believe these guys have to be like criminals or something. They're in with Locarno.
Well, didn't they also attack something on the planet?
Yeah, they
Yes.
attacked the radar station or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Because I was thinking maybe they were looking for the missing Klingons or something, or they tracked the alien or ship or something.
I loved Boimler's line where he says something to the effect of, or someone says, Boimler lost. Oh, wait, what's up? Your adrenaline's gone. Yeah, I lost that 2 panics ago. I thought that was kind of funny. I did appreciate that one.
There were
And
a
then
few
Mariner. I'm sorry?
There were a few chuckles.
Oh, yeah, there was some lines. And then Mariner is the new apex predator. So that was interesting. You know, guys, I was thinking about this, and I'm going to admit a story. I'm going to make it as quick as I can. I was at work, and something happened that I was warned that someone was looking for me, a former employee. And management met with me at 6:30 in the morning and said, you will not be here all day. So you're going to go with this supervisor. I'm going to keep the supervisor's name private because we don't need to know. But I was given the instructions I was not to return until the very end of the day. And it was strange. So, and this happened in the 90s. And I was not the only one that individual was looking for. The person snapped. They were going after the timekeeper, unfortunately. They were going after the supervisor, and they were going after a higher up. And we went into work that morning, and we were told not to remain at our job location. Even though we had security and everything, point is they wanted us out. So I actually felt a little bit of it when they're trying to cover for Mariner in a way, but it wasn't actually as serious, but actually was. They're trying to cover for her. And I've been on both sides of that. I've been the one I said, hey, Raj, we need you to go out to the field today. And I've also been on that one where I'm like, so-and-so, we got to take you to the field today. So I've been on both sides, which is really crazy. So it did hit home a little bit, but our team tried as best they could to keep it from Mariner, but it didn't work. Mariner was out of control. So I don't know. I was a bit
did think
unhappy.
the opening scene with the bugs was fun, though.
Yes, it was. And that's where I got the lizard attacked the researchers. Yes, that was so funny. Oh, they loved the lizard. The minute it went, oh, it was a Jurassic Park vibe.
That was Jurassic Parky. But when they were on the planet, there was the alien that was wearing a skull like a helmet. That
Yeah.
gave me the Predator vibe.
Yeah, I did too. But I'm talking too much, my compatriots. Please jump in. Have some of the comments.
I think it was really good that they managed to keep like this episode a secret. Like we didn't get the episode title. The screen caps that we got were mostly from the teaser. So I think they did a good job at sort of keeping the surprise to the story. I also thought that because like in the teaser they're wearing the TOS like spacesuits, I thought it was going to be like another crossover episode, and this time like the Strange New World characters were coming into Lower Decks. So yeah,
I was generally surprised throughout the episode. And Linda says the little ones are called compies. Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention to that. I did enjoy it. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff going on this one. I did pick up that Section 31. Well, it looked like a Section 31 guy, but who knows? It was just the person was dressed in all black.
looking back at it now, it looks like when Picard has his jacket,
Yeah.
it looks like the grey thing underneath his jacket, like it's black and then it's grey.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm glad you caught that.
Hmm.
I did appreciate how everyone who had been stolen was on this planet. We had the Binars, the Orions, and then of course we had quite a few others, Cardassians. We had the Romulans, and it was good.
Ferengi.
Yes, the Ferengi, and Tendi saved Mariner. I did like that in this episode. And then Mariner's speech, and then right away, the minute she gives her speech, she gets beamed out.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought it was good. There was a lot to this, and then you saw the surprise. He took her out for a reason. So obviously, Locarno knows Mariner and knows what's going on. So I don't know. Michael said that I guess they surprised us. They got it all wrong. I didn't know where they were going. This one generally did surprise me.
Yeah,
And honestly, it just hit me when you said about the people that were on the planets were the ones that were taken by the spaceship. That didn't even occur to me. I mean, that's how clueless I was. That did not even occur to me that that's who those people were.
Well, that's how I got the Predators vibe.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
It's like, I was going, how are you getting your now I get it. It was like,
well, they were even talking about it. They even mentioned it about being
I was clueless.
stunned and woke up there.
Yeah, it was.
I just didn't. It just didn't register.
It got me when Mariner
Did
finally
you push
opened
the
up.
decaf today or something?
It's not been a good week. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay. No, it has not.
Yeah. The only highlight was the other show that Roger and I are looking at because I laughed a lot. So that was a good thing. So,
folks, we humbly recommend you watch Upload on Amazon. So, yeah, episode 3. Oh my God, there was a lot to laugh at. But anyway, I do want to say that, yes, I thought Mariner took like 10 steps, or as Michael says, 20 steps. I was actually angry at that point because I'm like, I really did. I think I put my hands up. I'm like, Mariner's going backwards.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, I was just gonna say it does hit quite hard in this episode. Like even if they were trying to go backwards in the previous episodes slightly, this one's like ramped up, and you're like, so I think sometimes the problem with these types of shows is that because the middle episodes try to be standalone, there's not a lot of like carrying through continuity. It's a bit like a sitcom where the characters like reset at the end of the episode, and this felt like we'd started the story and we'd missed something, like, so that's and then when she ends up talking about why she's the way she is, that kind of felt a bit, to me it felt a bit forced. But
It did. It felt a bit forced, and I think I apologize, gentlemen. I think I made a comment earlier where I said, okay, yeah, they did talk about it somewhat in the prior episodes, but yes, thank you, Aaron. It did feel forced, but yeah, I'm able to see a little bit more in a Mariner because, as Elizabeth says, she finally opened up about her PTSD because she admired Cito. And she wasn't the only one that actually admired Cito. I mean, everyone in the Picard gave her a chance. because he saw something in her. And then what she did, there was a lot to admire. And then Mariner, okay, if this were a real situation, and forgive me, I'm beaming myself into the universe, I get it. I get it. Everything Aaron said about it being forced, yes, but I will say, damn you, McMahon, there's enough into it that I can see that. I don't know if you guys would feel the same way.
I think the trigger of it is the fact that she's been promoted and she doesn't want to be promoted, and she's trying her hardest not to, to get demoted basically, and it doesn't work. And so, I guess that makes sense that it's the trigger.
Because it's worked every other time that she's gotten promoted, and that's what she's done, but just not working this time because they understand what she's doing. They won't let her do it.
I did appreciate the carryover from the prior episode where it was family, keeping them together. And then there's a little bit of that where the three of them are taking her and trying to keep her out of trouble. And Mariner, God bless her, or God, just cannot stay out of trouble, and they cannot control her. And it happens. Mariner has been this way throughout the entire series. It's just early on in this episode, I was genuinely disgusted. But by the end of the episode, yeah, it was all right. It was good. And I was trying to get that answer out of Michael because I spoke to him earlier. I didn't get a chance to talk to Greg. But what did you think after that? There's, folks, for being a episode 9, there was a lot going on in this episode. Yeah. Greg?
And as Aaron said, they're setting up for the season finale, which I can't believe is this next week. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been at this, folks, for 8 weeks now. And we've got the 9th week, 7 weeks for some of us. But anyway, that's okay, Greg. That's all right.
So I was looking at this, and it's like I kind of saw it like, how do you do dramatic in a cartoon? The deliveries, were a little forced. There was no, in between lines or anything. I mean, everything was there. And, at the end of it, I'm like, I was thinking back to like some of the more serious episodes of Adventure Time. And it's like, well, they got 20 minutes. They got a limited script. They still have to entertain. So, how do you do dramatic? And, I think they did it by having the reveal of her problem, with a Klingon, through the Klingon fight. And then, oh my God, it's raining glass. And, I like that. By the way, that was funny.
That's
and
right. I forgot about that.
And then it's like, oh, we can resume our fight now. And she gives him a hug. Klingons do not hug.
Oh, that was funny. Oh my God, yes. And the Klingon's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, she really grabbed him. Like,
oh yeah.
No. I gotta admit, that was completely unexpected, and I think we saw something similar somewhere like that. That was funny. I have to admit, I did chuckle on that one. I was holding out hope that Mike McMahon was going to deliver, and I think he did deliver on this episode. Again, there are some issues. Guys, this is a cartoon. It is a cartoon, and they're generally making us laugh most of the time. And what was your reaction when it faded to black, Aaron? What was your face, or what was it when it faded to black?
I guess just trying to connect a lot of dots together. Like, why does Nick need the people? Does he need the parts to build another ship? Like, because on the planet we only see like 2 of each species, whereas there was a whole crew of people somewhere. So I was like, and there's also a comment that someone makes about it was the lower decks that did something to the ship, and the Frankie says, "Oh, that happened to us as well." So maybe he's bringing the lower deckers together from various ships, and they're gonna. But yeah, there was a lot to process.
Greg, what was your thing? Because it was not like the best of both worlds when it says to be continued. I was like, ah! I mean, I really screamed at the TV. It wasn't like that, but it was like, whoa, wait a minute, you're ending on that? That's how I reacted. Greg, how did you react?
Well, I initially I thought until they revealed it was Billups, I thought the alien bounty hunter was Nick. And then it's like when they revealed it was Nick Locarno, I'm like, oh, that's kind of lame. I kind of thought like everything that was going on was like a lot more nefarious. And, I was hoping like, something really cool, like maybe V'ger or Lore.
I remember you did say that, V'ger. You were, yeah.
But, on the second watch through, I'm like, wait a second. I think next week, this is a prediction. I might be completely wrong. I think next week we might see another familiar face who is also a member of Never Squadron. And her name was mentioned several times in this episode. And that may have been the reason Mariner was beamed up to the ship.
The other theme.
Cito.
But
No, wait a minute. Cito is the
was
one that.
also in the First Duty.
Right. But
Nick
Cito was the
Locarno
one
character.
that died in Lower Decks.
She died in the Lower Decks episode, but she was one of the pilots in Nova Squadron.
Right. Yes.
Nick.
Well, we're told that she died, but we don't know that she died.
She was presumed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because in DS9 they were going to bring her back, and they never did. So this could be trying to complete that arc.
Hey, well, we had Unification Part 3 in Discovery, so
That's true.
You never know. Michael, or Elizabeth says, or did she? Yes, maybe. Michael, when it faded to black, what was your?
Well, I mean, I was going like, really, and then I went figures. That was my reaction. Just to get us. At least it wasn't episode 10 that they did that.
True.
Oh yeah, I think they did that at the end of season 2, where they left it a genuine cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, but then again, as you just said, part 3, they could do it to us.
Yeah, like I said,
they could do to be continued. I mean, they could.
Well, season 1 ended entirely on its own. Season 2 is a cliffhanger. Season 3 ended on its own. I'm not saying they're going to. They can. This is a little bit of DS9 storytelling, where they didn't, they did it like this. I was surprised. It didn't say to be continued, but it was an obvious cliffhanger, which was good. I told you how my reaction was. I've only seen this episode once. I'm going to see it again after we review it. But this was a good episode. I was able to take all my notes. Obviously, I missed a few things. But this was good. I did appreciate this episode. And understanding a little bit more about Mariner, and like I said, it kind of put me in my place. I still find her annoying and everything. But, folks, we've all had jobs before. We all have to go to work. There are some people that we just dislike at work. For the vast majority, I would believe that we like. There's always that one person we dislike, but we still go to work. And I've always seen it that way. I didn't dislike Mariner that much. It's just she did get on my nerves.
But you had T-Lin, so you were fine.
Oh, you bet damn right I was.
Yeah, so that's all you have to think about. Think about the positive.
Yeah. I still, like I said, early on, I was genuinely disappointed, almost to the point of angry. It's like she took way too many steps back. But to get to where we are, I'm damn you, McMahon. I want to see where this is going to go. I appreciate this. I'm glad.
I still say in the cartoon format, they got to make it really, really obvious.
Yeah. Oh, what was I going to tell you about? Oh, geez. I was going to say something about that format. But we do know there is a 5th season. It has been confirmed. I think I talked about it last week or the week before. But beyond 5th season, I have no idea. But there's going to be another season. Locarno had honor to him. Okay. He wanted everyone to go in on it with him, but when other people were getting in trouble, he owned up to it and he
Yeah.
got shipped out. I wonder if this is him trying to make up for it and other lower deckers. I don't know.
Well, he has the emblem of like the covert star maneuver on his
The
jacket. And
starburst, right? The
yeah.
covert starburst. Yes.
Starburst. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Oh,
Oh, I missed that.
And
Oh.
that's on the Klingon ship as well, on the wing. So
Oh my goodness,
maybe it
Aaron!
has
How do
something
you
to do
see
with
these things?
that. Well, it's because
Oh.
I actually watched it quite recently, so I recognize the shape.
Yeah, that's what was making me think. Oh, I wonder why would they make a point of Mariner knowing Ensign Cito?
yeah. Yeah. This is good. This is good. Now, Elizabeth, yes. The last crush I ever had on a character, I admitted it in an episode. I don't know if I told you guys, but it was in Robotech. I had a crush on Lisa Hayes. Remember her in Robotech?
Yes, the old sourpuss.
The old sour. Very good, Michael.
Yeah.
I get.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is Roger that lonely? I'm gonna let
Loaded
all of
question.
you.
Loaded question.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna let all of you.
even with Wilma
I like
Deering
Flynn.
and Princess Adala and Buck Rogers and then the Ming's
Yes!
daughter and
After all
Flash
that,
Gordon.
Yeah,
Lisa Hayes
Lisa
from
Hayes,
Robotech.
yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes.
But Lisa was in a powerful position.
That's right.
She was.
I had I respected Janeway as well. I had no problem
The
with it.
brunette and the spy who not the spy who be For Your Eyes Only. And you go for a cartoon character. All these people that were in geekdom by 1983, and you go after the sourpuss from Robotech.
I
Did you
guess I
ever
had
see
not told any of
Robotech,
you of
Aaron?
that. I must have mentioned it somewhere else, but yes, I think my growing up, I did like the Lisa Hayes character, like I like T. Lynn. I'm sorry, Roger just wants power. Really? Yeah. Did Aaron? Did you ever have a crush on a cartoon character? Michael, I know you did. I don't know about Greg. I don't know if he's about to prepare to. Oh, Aaron's looking away.
I'm trying to
I don't know if he's thinking about it or.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm not sure.
Did you ever see Robotech, Aaron?
No.
I didn't think you had from your reaction. Yeah. Okay.
Robotech for us growing up was the anti. What was it? G.I. Joe. No one died in G.I. Joe. And in Robotech, it was real. The characters died. Yeah, you see, we're all nodding. Aaron, if you ever have a chance, you should check out Robotech. That's some good storytelling. The Macross, the first one, and I think it runs like 40 some episodes.
Yeah.
I think it's about 30 minutes each. And man, it is some good stuff. But anyway,
It's good storytelling.
Yeah.
But it's hard to watch. With
you mean on
2023 expectations.
You mean on Miss Midmay, the 14-year-old going on 9?
Was it 9? It seemed like less than that.
It was
we won't
very good.
discuss that.
That was a joke. There's a character. She's Midmay, 14. She was going on 9. I read that somewhere, but it's pretty good. The whole idea
she's
of
one of the main character's love interest in through the beginning of it. It's that was pretty cringy.
That was, but this is Japanimation at its finest in the 80s. This
for the 80s. It was
my god,
awesome.
yes. Yeah,
but
it was
oh
really
my
good
god,
stuff.
they edited a lot out for television.
Yeah,
Aaron, did. Yeah,
you'll know if you like that series after 2 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you get a chance to watch it, I know it's on one of the streaming services somewhere.
Funimation has it.
Oh, there you go.
Netflix might have it.
Yeah. And who knows? I'm gonna see if I don't know if I have. I think I have some on DVD, no less, but I don't know if I have the entire series. But anyway, we're definitely off track. I just do humbly recommend that one, Aaron. It has a good story. Oh hell yeah! But that's besides the point. I would agree with Greg that probably some of the elements are a tad cringy now. So, but
They weren't back when I first saw it. I mean,
it's a good story. Let me tell you, a flag full of stars, baby. That was a cartoon episode, a flag full of stars. I mean, this is Exodus Part 2 of Battlestar Galactica. I mean, this was great stuff, man. It was good storytelling. But anyway, way off. I guess I'm just comparing it because you have Robotech and now we have Lower Decks. I was generally surprised, folks. I did like this episode. I had faith in McMahon to deliver, and they delivered. Yes, there are problems with this episode. Aaron, I agree, forced. Greg, you said the same thing. Some of it felt a little bit out of kilter, but when you look at the long-term story and what they're, I think, setting up, yeah, I had fun. I had fun in this episode. There was a lot to like. So I'm going to have to look back in the episode and see of the uniform. Because right away I'm like, hey, what the hell is Section 31 doing aboard the ship? But I'll have to check that out again. So what are some of the thoughts that you gents had on the episode and everyone else in the chat room?
Trying to think of what the... I going back to Boimler, I did notice, unless I missed it, he didn't scream in this episode.
Well, his adrenaline was gone.
Yeah, well, I guess that's why. So
It used it up off screen somewhere. Yeah. I like the bit where he's sleeping and she steps over and he's like, "Teach me how to tap dance, Beverly Crusher."
Oh,
that's
right. That was off.
That was funny.
Especially because he thought they were going to be the ship going after Beverly.
Yes. That's what he wanted.
Well, he almost did scream when it was, oh my God, we're going to Beverly Crusher. And they were, he was pleasantly disappointed or shattered. I don't know. I did like when the Klingon, I believe it was a Klingon that told her, honor your friend by slaying your enemies.
Yes.
That was good. That was. Yeah. I did have on my notes, Cobra maneuver puppet / bean. Starfleet mission failed. All of that stuff was really funny. I thought Freeman was just being dumb. But it turns out that she was being deliberately dumb.
Well, I mean, she talks about, my gang, and they're all in Starfleet uniforms. It's like, are you serious? It's like everybody knows what those uniforms are.
To be fair, though, they do this like a similar thing in TNG where they like go to an alien bar and like Worf and Data are there and they're looking for someone, and then when they leave, the Starfleet person in disguise comes on and gets the information. So it makes sense. It's a Picard tactic.
Yeah, you know what? I guess we have. You're right. Yes, the Robotech: The Shadow Chronicles is on Zumo. So yeah, I appreciate that, Linda. I'm gonna check and see if it's available somewhere else. But the story moved well. Like I said, I had that one moment where I genuinely did get angry in the episode. But after that, there was enough for me to get back into it. I didn't give up on it. It's just like, now when Mariner did get, when she did get the blade, the raining glass, I actually didn't, it wasn't joyful. I was like, man, that's messed up. When she got stabbed by the blade.
I think that is Mariner getting stabbed. That's got to be their trope now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now,
so
have we ever seen glass rain before? Or is this something new? I mean, I don't remember it, but that doesn't mean...
I'm sure they wouldn't actually call it glass rain. That just seems a bit...
Yeah.
Well, that would imply that there's silicon in the atmosphere. Because if the electrical storm's accompanied by... Sorry, am I thinking too hard about the episode?
No, not at all. Couldn't see it through. I was going that way as well.
Well, I mean, how else would you get raining glass unless there was actually particles that can be turned into glass by, extreme heat, like the lightning strike?
How you doing, Valves? That's the way I'm going to pronounce it. I know I'm butchering it. Is that why we have the silicon avatar?
Valves, BTW. Huh?
Is that why we have the silicon avatar in the opening title? That silicon entity?
Maybe. I don't know, but they've been there a couple
Has
seasons.
that thing taken control of Nick Locarno? Oh.
I don't know. Rutherford had some good lines in this because he went with Freeman's party.
Yeah.
I loved the Captain. Do you know we have pockets?
Yeah.
And also I liked when he was scanning the puppet, and he's like, he's got all sorts of organs. He's full of organs. Or
That's right. Yeah, that was good because we all know the original story that it's a puppet. That was really good. Oh my goodness. There was, folks, 2 weeks ago, we were done with the episode in 30 minutes because it was not a good episode. And I'm noticing that we're all laughing a little bit more on this episode, which is really kind of cool.
yeah, I mean the references back weren't. I mean, it wasn't as annoying as the first episode of the season. Tuvix with the word for the number two. But the anti venom suits kind of harkened back to the old space suits. The puppet alien. The looking for all the people that left Starfleet. There's. I mean, they were in your face, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more Easter eggs that we missed.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But they were sort of like more relevant to the story rather than just being
right,
there for the sake of being there. Yeah.
right. But it's the first time I watched it, I didn't care for the episode at all. Second time I watched it, I was looking at it a little differently, and I think it's really hard to take a comedic format and do something really serious. When MASH did it, they just made the whole episode a drama. And there was a few, one-liners here and there. But, this one, it's like they keep trying to take, the whole format's a comedy, but then, they're trying to make the serious drama about what's going on with Mariner. And, it was a little clumsy. No offense to the writer, but you got 25 minutes, and they're setting up for a part two. They're trying to tell part of the serialized story and still have it be the entertaining Lower Deck show. So, tough chore that they took on for themselves.
I wouldn't want to try to mix the comedy and drama like they have to in a cartoon. I think that is hard. At least for me, it would be. But
It is very difficult. I go back to No Small Parts, the season finale of one. I mean, wow. I still say that was one of the finer moments, the season finale to season one. I told you've heard the story already. I finished watching the episode and I called Michael. I said, Michael, have you seen the episode? And I'm still so impressed with that episode. It feels like a movie. It's so well done. It's only 25 minutes, but
I think they sacrificed some of the slapstick, in order to deliver No
Yes.
Small Parts.
Yes.
It was more dramatic. It felt more like a Star Trek episode.
Yeah. Look, these guys can deliver drama, but yeah, there was. Look, like I said, it made up for it near the end. I have lots of issues with this episode, but I did like it. I can't wait to see what the season finale. Sadly, I don't know. And Aaron, if you want to jump in, I want to ask a question to all of you. Where do you think it's going to go? It's not that you were wrong, Greg. It's just I appreciate that you shared with us early on where you thought it might be going. None of us had a clue, so it's not that you're wrong, Greg. It's just it was cool that you threw it out. But knowing that, where do you think it might go? I think I espoused it a moment ago. I think Locarno is trying to do something for all lower deckers, and he's trying to bring them up. I know it's a little vague, but I think that's where they're going to go with it. Aaron?
I think you're probably right. Like, given the fact that one of the captains or whatever said that their lower deck crew revolted and that's what happened to them. But yeah, maybe he's gathering them all up and he's trying to, don't know, give them
recruit them.
notoriety because one of them died. Yeah, maybe.
Actually, it'd be more fitting.
Yeah. Now, as far as that comment, Linda, eh, they did it. Just they finally did a thing. I wouldn't want to see a musical on this one. I'm just glad Star Trek did it and got it out of the way. So I wouldn't be real keen. I appreciate your comment. I don't know. I don't want to see a musical. I mean, we've indirectly seen a musical, and Boimler already got beat up. It was what was it? He was doing something, and then Mariner kicked him out and made all this noise with all the bass and stuff. And then poor Boimler has his violin broken by Shax. So, yeah, been there, done that. As far as the musical, yeah. Look, I'm glad they did it. It's done. Yeah, it's done. Took them what, 56, 57 years to do that?
My wife couldn't finish watching it.
Really?
She hated it that much.
Everybody's different.
I saw it through because we were going to review it.
Oh, I know. I mean,
Yeah.
she felt genuinely bad for the actors.
Yeah, I mean, look, I already gave my comments on that one too. I mean, it's like, you know
Yeah.
what? They did it. It's done. I give them kudos for doing it. Yeah, but it's over. Thank you. I was talking to my daughter the other day when we went to the bookstore, because that's where we've been going. My youngest and I have been spending some time there, and we were talking about Strange New Worlds again. And I talked about how we began that episode, and I told her, I said, for me, it was that one line, um, incoming transport, incoming transport. I mean, that was a damn good episode. Yeah, I was really happy. Elizabeth says, "No Spock's, I am the X."
That was one of his songs, and like it.
Oh, okay, very good. All right,
When
well, that's cool.
Christine broke up with him, that was his reaction.
Ah, gotcha. So I cut you off, Aaron. I don't know. Did you want to come up with an idea of where you think it might be going?
No, no,
I
no,
just
I was agreeing with you or expanding on what you said, but
yeah.
yeah,
All
that's
right.
where I think it's going to go. Maybe he's going to, I don't know, bring up have a lower decks revolution, maybe.
Ooh, maybe a lower decks revolution, or maybe collecting all lower deckers to take V'Dron. Dude, I'm not going to let it go. Michael, do
But
you have
Michael
a
first brought up
suggestion
V'ger.
where you think it might be going?
No, Michael first brought up V'ger.
I was the one who first brought
Oh,
up V'ger.
really?
Yes, I don't know why
Oh,
you're giving it to Greg. It was me.
I'm old. Let it go.
No, I'm not going to let it go. I never let things go. You know that.
No,
Well,
you
he is the
don't.
showrunner, right?
Well, I am. Yes.
All right, that was funny. That was funny. All right, you can go to hell. Anyway, go on, Michael.
Anyway, as I said, so I was surprised, but I'm thinking V'ger is totally out of it now, so I've gotten off of that. But what I think is interesting, looking, if Mariner knew these people, she obviously was in Starfleet Academy at the same time that they were.
Mhm.
Now she was not in. Was it Delta? I can't remember. Was it Delta Squadron? Is
Oh,
that
Nova. Oh, well, there
what
was.
was it? What was the elite
Nova
one? That,
Oh,
Squadron.
Red Squad.
I can't remember what it was, but whatever it was.
Nova Squadron.
Was it Nova Squadron? Okay.
Reference to
Red
Star Trek
Squad
Next
was
Generation episode First Duty.
Yes. So she was obviously in there at the same time.
She is older than all the others. Yes.
She's not that old, though.
No, she's
I
not
just
that
said
old.
older. That's all.
What, 6 months maybe? Who knows?
No. Tandy and Rutherford. Actually, Rutherford might have been there for a little bit too. That's right, because of the Admiral that messed with him.
Yeah, because he was already an officer once at one point.
Boimler's a kid. Tandy's a kid. I get the impression that they're like 18, 19, something like that.
Well, is this
Mariner,
supposed
no.
to be like just after Next Generation, or like a few years, like 5 or so years after Next Generation?
No, this is after Nemesis. This show.
After Nemesis.
Yeah.
So, assuming that, then we're looking at Mariner would be at least 35. If she was 17 when Wesley was
Oh,
in.
that's right. Okay, yeah, let's do the timeline real quick. You're right, because they're generally following. They ended in 94. So first duty was in 91, so that's 3 years. So ooh, Mariner is older. Yeah, by a lot. Because Nemesis was in 2002.
So unless she was
So
like some crazy
1991,
child prodigy like
that's
Chekhov in
11
the
years.
academy,
So
she would have been, maybe a year younger than Wesley and Nick and.
okay, so she's
Tito.
about 29. I could see that because I thought she was in her middle to late 20s. I always got the vibe that she was a bit older just because of everyone that she knows and I never thought she was a
Well, yeah,
rookie.
because I mean, she kept bucking back on lieutenant promotions, and
Constant.
Boimler is younger.
but I mean, Nick's got gray hair, and it's like, all right, when is this?
Well,
That's
he may have been through a lot too.
Huh.
True.
All right. Well, hey, we've got some ideas in there. I didn't realize that Locarno had gray hair. But some people like to color their hair. Those that have hair like to color their hair.
Oh, you're really mean today.
Oh, I'm really mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm really mean?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I didn't color it. I just trimmed off.
I wasn't going after Greg. I was going after Michael on that one.
Oh. Because the whites stick out more, so now it's all even again.
Yeah. By her behavior, you could never tell. You see, and that's the thing. And they had talked about her being, troublesome for a long time. And this was her last chance. So.
Really? The actress is 29?
No.
No, the character. We're talking about the character.
Oh.
She's about 29 or 30, if we go by the timeline. Because, yes, as Aaron says, this was supposed to take place right after Nemesis.
Yeah, but wasn't that like 8 or 9 years after?
Oh, my God, but now it's in the 4th year after Nemesis. Oh, my God, she's 33 or 34.
That's what I said. Maybe 35.
Sorry, Greg. Sorry. My math failed me. But our first duty is always to the truth.
Right?
Yeah.
Like how old this beautiful young lady is.
Wow, she looks good for 34.
Oh, you really want to know that? Is that what you
well, if she's older, then I won't feel so creepy.
Well, but she doesn't have to play the age that her.
Right. Lynn is probably
but
older.
If she's younger than my son, that would be really creepy.
Yeah, you never know. All right. So, fair enough. What are some of your thoughts on the episode? Did you guys like it? Did you guys want to give your grade, or is there something else that you guys wanted to add to it? Oh, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen.
Oh,
I respect him, but no.
What I miss?
Oh.
What I miss?
Oh, you're the master.
Not going to happen.
Oh, I don't know.
It's all right.
I don't know.
What did you?
Mr. Canonista has been
thank you.
Slapped down a couple times already. So
Yeah, what
probably.
a shock. I've been married before.
Not
what
to
did
me.
Spock say? What did Spock say in The Undiscovered Country when Chekhov says, "So we're beat"? I've been. Oh no, we're dead. I've been dead before.
Yeah.
All right. So Boimler gave it a what? Did he give it an A+?
Oh my God.
I mean, not Boimler. iBeamer. Oh, oops. iBeamer, solid A. Okay. What did you guys want to give it?
I think
I'm going to give it an A also. Oh, what? I'm sorry,
Aaron?
I was going to give it a B+.
Okay, Michael, you said an A?
I'm going to give it an A just because I did laugh more in this one than others recently. So,
Elizabeth, Linda, need your scores, and everyone else in the chat room. Greg, what do you? Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, folks. Must be the Ractagino.
I'm gonna give it a B. It had some issues for me, but it wasn't horrible.
Wow. I guess the two Voyager folk are on the same page. It had its issues, but I'm going to go with the B plus on this one. Linda gave it a B plus. What a shock! What was the score, Elizabeth? What was the score? An A. You're back to normal. Aaron, I don't know if you were actually. I don't know if you remember this, but especially in Strange New Worlds, this woman was A. I thought it was a speech impediment. She was always, remember, Michael?
Yeah.
Everyone was an A. We were all over the place on it, and she finally started giving some other grades. So I'm just giving you a hard time there, Elizabeth. Folks, the lowest score was a B by Greg. That still is good stuff. I'm an ass. Yes, you are. Anyway, Beamer. I called him Boimler. Sorry, he gave it a solid A.
Ooh, hope you didn't hear
Michael gave it
that.
a solid A. Elizabeth a solid A. And then there are three of us: Aaron, Linda, and myself gave it a B plus, and Greg gave it a B. Again, folks, think about that: solid B through a solid A. That's a narrow grade. That still is good stuff, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I can't wait till next week, and I'm glad they turned the corner. So, some final thoughts on the episode if you have, or if you have some announcements or anything that you want to get to.
Tawny's 40.
Say what?
Tawny is 40.
Yeah, she is.
And she's from
Birthday in
a
February.
town that's like halfway between Sacramento and San Francisco on Route 80. So she's almost a neighbor of Art 54 up there.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh. Well, with all of her energy, man, I thought she was younger. Yes.
Yeah.
Like I say, I like the person. I think she's really. I just don't care.
I like her when she's a lot more fun, and she's like doing all the things that I would never have done. I would have been more like Boimler.
Dude, I loved her in the crossover episode.
Oh, I loved her in that too.
I did, man. It's like, wow. So it was good. But I guess she knew she couldn't screw with the reality or the space-time continuum.
Oh, actually, I should have looked up how old Robert Duncan McNeil is. Although his character would be younger.
A little bit younger, yes. Because
his character would be younger than he is.
Oh my god, if this is so
because Picard is almost like contemporary timeline wise.
Supposedly, yes. And then this would be almost 20 years ago in the timeline. Yeah. It would be almost to the day. It would be 20 years.
Robert Duncan McNeil.
He's like 50 something.
58.
Yeah, he's around our age. Yeah.
He'll be 59 in November.
Okay, all right.
So that would be 38 or younger. Oh well, there we go.
They could be contemporary.
Wants to know what town, but beyond that, folks.
Vacaville.
Oh, okay. How apropos. All right. Do we have anything else?
How is it apropos?
Cow, her, Vacaville. Sorry. The cow lady. What's her face? Elizabeth.
Is that like the dairy area of California?
It probably was 30, 40 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But I think Vacaville is more suburbs now, in between Sacramento and San Francisco. But Elizabeth will correct me because she allegedly lives in the suburbs, even though she's on a farm.
She said she can spit and hit it. Well, that's where Tawny's from. So if you ever see Tawny around Vacaville, you'll now know why.
All right. Okay, Michael. Any announcements?
Well, we got somebody Monday.
Yes, we do have someone on Monday.
That's the announcement.
Josh Maley. He has his horror movie debuting, so he's going to be on in the interview. Of course, he's also the producer on the fine script-based format series Star Trek Frontiers. It's really good stuff. Ran 2 seasons. They had a movie, and they were going to go into a 3rd season, but it just became more and more difficult. But really good stuff. The Star Trek Frontiers. So it was back in the early 2000s when they were doing that stuff. A little while ago. So, all right. Beyond that, Aaron, do you have anything you want to share with us? Any announcements or anything like that?
So later or earlier in the week, don't know where I am. Earlier in the week, I released a trailer for about 10 years ago. I made this Doctor Who film when I was in uni, and to celebrate 10 years of it being released and 60 years of Doctor Who, where we've re-edited it into a special edition. It's like new
Ooh.
scenes, new mix, new everything, new original music. So that comes out on the first episode comes out on the 1st of November, and then the next episode comes out on the 8th of November, and that is my thing. So if you either look up Voyager's at Voyager's fan film or Aaron Vanderklay, filmmaker, you can find it.
And
That's
there it is.
Very cool.
Gorgeous fan film, right? That one right there?
Yes.
Under it, yeah, there it is. Aaron, yeah, that is awesome. We had no idea this was going down. Way to go, buddy. Yeah.
That's a good surprise.
Hell yeah. So maybe we'll be able to talk about that one as well. We'll be watching. Yeah, I know we all are going to be watching. That is a hell of a surprise. I like that. All right, Greg, congratulations
I
to
just
you for
wanted
Monday.
I will not be able to be on Monday. No.
That's why. Congratulations. I appreciate you sharing that 36th
Yep.
anniversary. Way
Yeah.
to go, brother. In June, it was 30 years for us, even though it's
Yeah, I know.
on paper 30 years in June. So, hey, somewhere it's still legal. So it's 30 years. So, wow.
Yep. No, and I credit Star Trek with part of the longevity of our marriage because we both love to geek out and see different aspects of the shows and sometimes fight over if we like an episode or not. She hates the flying plastic vomit episode. I love the flying plastic vomit episode.
That's not Arena. No.
No, it's
Again, yeah, that's when they're
Operation
Kirk's-
Annihilate.
Operation, yes, that's with Kirk's brother, right?
Yep, with Sam, but there's a lot of screaming in it, and it's forced bad acting screaming too.
Oh, so is that where we got Boimler from?
I don't know, but I do I do want to shout out to all my neighbors in the Central Maine area.
Oh, again, yes, Greg.
I'm
sorry that we didn't
it was a
mention.
harrowing week for all of us. Maine persevered, and we're glad that it's over, but extremely sorry that it happened to begin with.
Yeah. If you want to tell the audience, because we do have an international audience, many people may not know.
Oh, right. So, yes, in the United States, we had another mass shooting. Woohoo! And this time it was right in my backyard. It's, Lewiston and Auburn, Maine are like sister towns. And my son's family works and lives literally just across the river from where the first part of this event took place. They reportedly found the man's body.
Was it last night?
Gunshot wound late last night along the river. And we actually lived in the town where the boat launch where they found his car is. We live in the town where his family lives. So yeah, it was a harrowing week for us. My son actually knows one of the victims, or went to school with one of the victims, and knows him and his wife.
I'm sorry,
My son has frequented Shemengi's. They play pool there often. So it's rough. Of course, being told to turn out all your lights and scared the hell out of the grandkids and stuff. So Wednesday night at 1 a.m., my son wrote the free beer and hot wings guys. His email was read online, and it was kind of heartbreaking. So
I'm glad you guys got through it. It was bad, and I appreciate your comment. I saw it throughout the week, but I was, unfortunately, Greg, I was happy to see your comment that you were commenting. I should have reached out to you personally, but
no worries. I figured everybody
I'm glad you
on
updated,
Facebook. I mean, I was busy with work and such, and on the on the phone with my wife when I wasn't there, and texting constantly with the kids, who by Thursday were just a little bored and stir crazy. So
yeah. A shout out to law enforcement.
Oh,
They were able.
definitely.
Yes. Um, I'm sorry for the law. 18 dead, right?
I believe the final number was 18. Yes, I don't think anybody else has passed in the hospital. There were, last I knew, there were still a few in critical condition.
Our thoughts are with the families, and hopefully they're able to make it through. And for everyone that lost someone, we share in your sorrow, and we are saddened by what has happened. But I'm glad, Greg, that you and yours are well. It's
No,
good.
we are too.
Too close, buddy.
um,
Way too
oh,
close.
yeah, and I'm sure my son also knew the manager at Shemangi's that was murdered. It's way too close to home, and a much different experience. That there was, there was a murder. A family of 4 was murdered in my town in April. Much different than that, with having a fugitive on the loose like this. Um, and then there was another event one town over for my mother when I was in town in Connecticut, but he was just holed up in his house. So they knew where he was, and had him surrounded, and he was shooting at things from his house, and no one was hurt in that incident, so it really didn't make a lot of news. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are in a really bad way that ought not to have access to the weapons they have. I mean, I fully support the Second Amendment. My family hunted. A lot of my friends still hunt. A lot of my friends are marksmen, veterans. But, this, you don't need, a rapid fire weapon like this to do that.
Thank you, Greg. Appreciate your comment on that. And for everyone else, folks, sorry that we're going to be ending it on, well, we started it on a sad note, and we are definitely ending on a sad note. And, but we're going to all get through this together. And I thank everyone for spending time with us, both on a Sunday morning as well as on a Saturday evening. We thank you, folks. This program is nothing without your commentary in the chat room. We love it. We live for it. And I am thankful to Aaron, to Michael, to Greg, Beamer, who was not able to join us today, for everyone who's joined us. Folks, we're just the one that's on right now, but this program is all of us. And I do look forward to this, and I can't wait. I'm saddened that there's another one, but we've been doing this for a while, so we do need a little bit of a break ourselves. And we look forward to it. So the writers did settle. Now the actors have to settle, and it doesn't look like it's going to be anything anytime soon. And we are saddened by that. Hollywood, get your act together. Just get it done. We miss you. We really do. So, all right. On behalf of Michael, on behalf of Greg, on behalf of Aaron, I'm Roger. This is Trekking Across the Stars. We'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.